me start today's message. We're in John chapter 7. And I struggled with the title. And, to be safe, I chose When the Water Runs Dry. And I will explain that here soon, when the water runs dry. What I wanted to call today's message is Waterboy. Waterboy. How many of you seen the movie Waterboy? Some of you mature people, maybe you're just hiding that you've seen that movie. You don't want to admit that maybe you've seen it. It's a movie with Adam Sandler. It's a comedy. And I wanted to call it Waterboy. Well, Waterman. I was going to put Water-man because Jesus is no boy. He's a man. Because the theme today kind of runs along the idea of family for me. Family. Now, I'll explain that here in a couple of minutes. But in Waterboy, the movie, we find this Waterboy for a football team who is despised, really, by the team he is serving. He wants to help them as much as he can. He wants to provide water for them during the game, and quality water. He wants to give them the best of the best. But they kind of reject him and don't like him until they realize that he's been the answer that they needed all along for their team to succeed. Like, he gets them to finally play for the playoffs and to win, for their league. So that's interesting because Jesus, of course, comes to our world and he's often rejected. But I got thinking, too, how in our families, our team that we grew up with, sometimes it's hard for family to really be friendly with us. And if you're a believer and most of your family members aren't, that can create tension. It can be hard. I remember when I was growing up, my brother Stephen, who's my closest brother, I don't have favorites, but he's the closest one to me. I would still go after him. I was the oldest. But he would take my leather jacket, during his high school days. And I'd have to track him down. I'd have to be like, hey, where's my leather jacket? And it would be 2 or 3 days later when he finally brought it home. But I love my family. And I remember I took my brothers, Stephen, and my youngest brother, Danny, to a supermarket. And, they looked at me as the older brother that was religious. They were not believers at this time. And so there was kind of a gap, a disconnection between us. But we had to go to the supermarket. I dropped them off. They were supposed to get things from Mom. And they were taking kind of long. So I got out of my car, walked into the supermarket to find them. And they were hip-hopping in front of a group of spectators, of people. They literally had people surrounding them, and they were dancing and doing this hip-hop stuff in the supermarket. I was impressed, but as soon as they saw me, they just stopped their dancing and picked up their bags and ran, because they didn't know how I would react and what I would say. When really, I was kind of proud that my brothers could hip-hop pretty good and had a group of people watching them. But, it took some years for them and to finally catch up to, Ozzy's just serving Jesus with all his heart.